Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Splatoon 3, which is now getting its version 1.12 patch, addressing some of more of the connection issues that players have been reporting, and confirming that a bunch of brand new weapon balance changes are on the way. There's plenty of developer notes that they provided us with, and some of the direct patch notes as well. Huge shout out to Perfectly Nintendo for translating this, but of course, Nintendo has already provided the English version. You're going to find the official patch notes from Nintendo and a link to the Perfectly Nintendo article as well in the link of the video description below. So starting right away, they mentioned that changes to the communication, specifically addressing some of those connection issues. They mentioned that additional measures have been taken in order to tackle the issue with communication errors occurring frequently at the end of battles of salmon run shifts depending on the network environments. Connection issues is one of the main issues that players have been complaining about the most, not just for Salmon Run, but also Turf Wars as well, specifically for the most recent Splatfest. That was one of the really biggest ongoing issues that people complained about. So it seems like they're finally starting to get a handle on that as well. They specifically mentioned that they fixed an issue occurring using dualies if you hold down the ZL button and perform a dodge roll while holding down the ZR button as well. You should stop and switch to your squid and octopus form the moment the dodge roll is over. They also mentioned that they fixed an issue occurring when you drop roller ability if you press the ZR button while holding the CL button as well while performing the roll. You should turn into your switch in octopus form the moment the roll is over, even after you're holding down the ZL button. They also mentioned that fixes and issues to occurring with the Splatana if you perform a horizontal slash immediately after the charge slash. You perform 2 horizontal slashes instead, and 1 even though you only press the CR button once. So essentially you were getting 2 for 1 without actually being penalized for it. They also mentioned that they made some changes to battles where they fixed an issue causing players to become immune to damage for a certain amount of time after a protective shield granted by Booyah Bombs is destroyed, and countermeasures have been implemented in order to address an issue impacting the tactic cooler. If the tactic cooler is placed in a corner of a certain map, and players switch forms to squid and octopus, from the human form to the right next to it, they can reach out of bound areas. So essentially they were using this to get to higher platforms or even be able to place some items outside of bounds as well. When it comes to other changes, they mentioned that they fixed an issue causing the game to crash when exiting the locker customization with photo frames in your locker. They fixed an issue impacting the catalog and communication errors of the game is shut down when your catalog reaches level 100 and the next catalog becomes available at Atlantis. The event where you can claim the catalog will be triggered again. If you have already encountered that issue, simply head to Atlantis after downloading the update and claim your new catalog. They also mentioned that if the participants of the first Splatfest saw the final result announcements but did not receive any Super Seasonals, the final result announcements will play again and you will be able to claim your rewards. This is one of the patches, one of the changes that they mentioned that would be hotfixed in the most upcoming patch, and of course, now it seems to be that is the case. Now, when it comes to the notes, they specifically mentioned that this update is a hotfix aimed to providing additional fixes to communication-related issues and correcting some of the issues related to player controls and battles. Regarding the communication errors, we have found that players can be disconnected from the servers during battles and salmon run shifts due to a combination of settings from the network devices and internet providers. We have taken measures in order to prevent such disconnections and to make it possible for connections to be restored in cases errors are encountered. So essentially, you'll be able to log back in if you for whatever reason disconnect, but it seems like some settings were being mixed up and that is being addressed. They mentioned that other temporary fixes have been applied to deal with some of the issues impacting how gameplay feels and the correspondingness of controls. Regarding the issues of players out of bound areas using the tactic cooler, we felt that it was more important for us to provide an incomplete fix quickly rather than leave it while still working on a complete fix. If players are found inconvenienced to other players by abusing this glitch, they will be suspended in accordance to the terms of the Nintendo account agreement. So essentially, no longer use the tactic cooler to be able to get yourself out of bounds is what they're saying. And then in the last specific section, they mentioned that in the next update, it will be focusing primarily on balance adjustments and other issues that were outside of the scope of the current update. We continue to observe and analyze battle data and planning to make adjustments at the midpoint of the current season. So essentially, weapon balances will be coming after about halfway through. What is that? About 6 weeks or so, I think is what it is. Pretty much into a season, and of course the catalog being filled up. So this is now makes the second half fix set of patches that they've provided with. I think weapon balances should have probably dropped already by now. I don't necessarily know why, they're just gonna make one big set of massive changes to weapons, not necessarily start doing it gradually. I think it's better to do it gradually, since people can kind of readjust to it instead of just waiting for one big patch at every whatever it is, every 6 or 8 weeks or whatever it is. So it is what it is, but hopefully they continue to drop more patches, since there's still some issues, specifically connection issues, that players have been having a lot of issues with. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below for all the links regarding the specific patch notes for version 1.1.2. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.